Hello and welcome to the Online Zone right here on Card Player TV. I'm your host Julio Rodriguez, and we've got an exciting show lined up for you with a special guest interview you don't want to miss. But first, let's talk about what's going on in the world of online poker. First things first, the FTOPS is back. The 15th installment of the Full Tilt Online Poker Series kicks off today with a $200 no-limit hold'em tournament. The event will be hosted by Full Tilt Pro Eric Seidel and will feature a $1 million guarantee. There are 27 events taking place over the next 2 weeks, and the site has already guaranteed over $17 million in prize money. In addition to the cash, all FTOPS winners will receive gold jerseys and avatars for use on the site. The best overall player will also take home approximately $8,500 in buy-ins for a future FTOPS series. For more information, check out the cardplayer.com homepage and take a look at the entire schedule. Bodog is on the hunt for the next great female poker player to be a site representative in future tournaments. Any woman who is interested needs to start an account at Bodog and email pro@bodog.com with her username, a photograph, and a short biography. The email subject line should read, Female Pro Submission. If you don't have a Bodog account, be sure to check out the cardplayer.com homepage and use the links to qualify for an exclusive sign-up bonus. Last year's Online Player of the Year, Steve Gboro 780 Gross, joined his roommates Hunter Fry and Jamie Rosen recently for an edition of High Rollin', where they showed off their rides and talked about life as a poker pro. Go to cardplayertv.com to watch the video and other shows such as The Scoop and High Stakes Living. Speaking of the Online Player of the Year race, let's take a look at the current standings. After nearly falling out of the top 10 altogether, Casey Big Dog Pocket Fives Jarzabek rebounded in a big way, taking third place in the Sunday 500 and vaulting himself into first place in the rankings. He has now earned $224,000 on the year. Last week's leader, Will I'm a Hustler Givens, has fallen all the way to 6th place and has been passed by the likes of Ronald Grauer and Kevin I'm a Luxac McPhee. Our guest interview today is with current 10th place resident Lauren Kling, who recently finished runner-up in the UB Online Championship main event. Originally from the Orlando area, the 24-year-old Kling is now living in Las Vegas. In just over a year, she has already racked up about $320,000 in winnings, both live and online, where she plays as Supermodel and Loco en la Cabeza. I had a chance to talk with Lauren earlier this week about her big score and where poker fits in with her future plans. Hey Lauren, how's it going?
Great, thanks. How about you?
I'm doing well. You're doing great, though, because you recently finished second place in the UBOC main event for $163,000. That's got to be pretty exciting.
Yes, definitely. It was very exciting and a great start to the year so far.
Well, you actually got started a little earlier than that. You finished third in the 1K Monday for about $45,000, and a few days later finished third in the $100 rebuy for about $25,000. So a pretty solid beginning of 2010.
Yeah, thank you. We actually chopped the 100 rebuy. The guy who was second in chips wanted to chop, and I actually ended up getting second place money, so I couldn't really refuse the deal.
Even better.
Yeah.
Now, I don't want to bring up any painful memories from the main event of the UB Online Championship, but you were just 2 cards away from essentially taking a huge lead. Do you want to talk about that?
Sure. When we got heads up, I actually had gotten whittled down to, I think I had like 30 big blinds or something like that, and I ended up doubling up, and I think he had like a 2-to-1 chip lead or something like that, or we were almost even, and he raised and I re-raised with 9s, and then he ended up jamming. It was about like 45 or 50 big blinds with 5s, and obviously I called and he got a 5. So regardless of the result, I got it in ahead and I got him to do what I wanted, and I can't be too upset about it. That's just the way it happens sometimes in poker.
Now, the player in question is, of course, Double Dave 22 D'Alessandro, who won the event. Lauren, for those who don't know much about you, can you talk about your the beginning of your poker career and what got you started?
Yeah, I actually started playing. I went to college at UC Berkeley, and I started playing in the dorms with all the guys I was living with, and they thought it would be cool to teach a girl how to play poker. So I started playing with them, and then eventually started beating them. And over the summers, I would go to the Hard Rock in Tampa, Florida, when I would fly back home to Florida for like Christmas break and stuff, and go to the casino with my dad for father-daughter bonding. And then when I would come back to Berkeley, I'd just play on the side. And my senior year, I actually taught a poker and blackjack class for 2 units. So that was kind of cool. And then...
Well, at UC Berkeley, you taught a class on poker and blackjack?
Yeah.
How does that work? How do you even get into a class? That's got to be the most popular class, you know, especially with you teaching it in the whole campus.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It was actually, I think we had about 50 or 60 students, and there were 2 guys who taught it before. They were 2 engineering students, and they were graduating, and they asked me and another engineering student to take it over for them. And yeah, it was a pretty popular class. It was one of those classes where you didn't really know about it unless you were in the mathematics or engineering department. So, of course, I told all my friends about it, but yeah, it was definitely really fun.
You give a lot of failing grades in that class? You were a tough teacher?
I actually didn't fail anyone. I was pretty nice.
Man. So not only do you get to play blackjack and poker, but it's also a cupcake course.
It was, you know, they learned a lot. It was fine. I mean, everyone wanted to go, so I didn't have too much of a problem with, you know, anyone not showing up, so it was fine. I didn't have to fail anyone.
Now, Lauren, I got a chance to watch you play live this summer at the World Series. One of the other card player employees was deep in the ladies' event, in which you finished 23rd out of a ton of players. What was your experience with that tournament, and how do you see the skill level of today's women in poker?
That's actually kind of a tough question, because I want to encourage more women to play, but I feel like they don't play as nearly as much as maybe like men do or online players. I mean, the skill level was completely different than any of the other events that I played.
Well, did you find yourself running over the table, or did you just seem to be, you know, in a completely different planet poker-wise than these ladies?
Yeah, it's just kind of weird, because I don't think they understand, you know, lines and stack sizes. And during the money bubble, I was min-raise and folding to re-raises like almost every hand, but I just wasn't getting any action. Like, everyone was just folding because we were on the money bubble. So I was really taking advantage of that and literally raising almost every hand, and no one was playing back at me.
Well, I think that's more testament to how far you've come in the poker world than anything else. But you guys have heard it here first. Lauren Kling hates female poker players and doesn't want to join the ranks. No, I'm just kidding, Lauren. Lauren, I'd like to thank you for being on the show. This has been great and very interesting to find out that you are a teacher at UC Berkeley. Are we going to see you more on tour, maybe at the Venetian or in LA?
Yeah, definitely. I'll be playing the NAPT 5K and then also LAPC main event right after that. So hopefully more things in the live sector soon. Perfect.
Well, I'll catch you out there, and I'd like to thank you for being on the show with us.
Great. Thank you so much.
That will do it for us here in the Online Zone. If you have any questions or comments about the show, please send them to onlinezone@cardplayer.com. Until next week, I'm Julio Rodriguez, and thanks for watching here on Card Player TV.